Okay, hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michaela, and today it is April 1st, which means it's the first day of the Owls Readathon, which I am participating in this year. I participated in it last year for the first time, and I didn't, pass it or anything, so I have high hopes this year. I have posted a TBR video, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave it linked in the description. And yeah, so like I said, it's April 1st, it's the first day. I've technically finished 2 books today, but one of them wasn't for the Owls Readathon. It was like a book I was already reading and I just had to finish up. And that was Pucked by Helena Hunting. It's a hockey romance, I guess. I gave it 3 stars, like a low end 3 stars, because there were some problems with it, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. But this vlog is not about that. So I will tell you what book I have finished for the readathon so far. So the first book I read was Dragon Hearts by Nikita Gill, Amanda Lovelace, and Trista Mateer. I read this for potions. I think it was whatever prompt was for read a book under 130 pages. I read this in less than an hour because I think I mentioned it's poetry, so it was really easy to fly through. I gave it 4 stars. And because it was really good, I really enjoy it. Anything Amanda Lovelace puts her name on, I really enjoy. But I gave it 4 stars because, like I said, I really enjoyed it. I felt it like a very uplifting poetry collection instead of a sad one. It was more about coming together, and just putting your trust in people that you love and finding the people that you love and creating your own family instead of having to stick with the ties of blood and everything. So I thought it was really good. It wasn't the best poetry I've ever read before, and it didn't hit me super hard. That's why I didn't give it 5 stars. But yeah, a solid 4-star read. I just read this one really quick because I knew I could read it really in less than an hour. So that's what I did. But for the rest of the readathon, I don't even think I mentioned, but I think I'm going to be doing weekly vlogs for the readathon, so this is obviously the start of week 1. But for the rest of the readathon, every week I want to pick a new way to pick my books. So this week I took all of the prompts minus the one I already read, and I put them in a random generator and then just picked the first 4, and then I took those 4 and I put them on a poll on Twitter, and let my Twitter followers decide which prompt I was going to read next. So I'll post a picture of that here. Muggle Studies 1. So I was thinking for the rest of this week, aka the rest of this vlog, every time I finish a book, I'll do it that way. And then I'm hoping to have some other fun, interesting ways to pick my books for the other weeks. But anyways, like I said, first book that won on the poll was Muggle Studies, and the prompt for Muggle Studies is to read a contemporary book. So for that prompt, I have A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallaro. I'm pretty excited to read this one because I know it's a YA mystery, but I'm assuming it's gonna be more fun and lighthearted than an intense mystery. So I'm really excited. I know that people like this one a lot, but I've also seen a lot of reviews where it's just an average read, but I'm okay with an average read right now. I think it'll be easy to fly through, so I am excited. I also have had this on my radar for a super long time, so I'm gonna get it read. It's 321 pages, so if I really pushed myself, I could finish it today, but I don't know if I am gonna push myself. We'll see. But I think it'll be super easy to fly through. I could either finish this today, maybe, or if I'm being generous to myself, I'll let myself finish it tomorrow. I'm gonna try to keep myself on a pretty strict reading schedule just because I have some thick books that I want to get to, specifically Game of Thrones, so, which is 700 pages, so I am somehow gonna have to read that. Plus, I have City of Bones, which is pretty big, Nevermore, except I'm not worried that much about Nevermore because it's a middle grade, so I'm assuming that I will be able to get through it pretty quick. But yeah, it is almost 5 o'clock today, so I read that poetry collection, and I'm kind of getting a late start to, I guess, the readathon in general, because I know most people start reading right at midnight, but I mentioned that I had to finish up that book I was reading, Pucked. And I've just had some stuff going on today, so I'm gonna start reading this one, but I'm probably gonna finish my YouTube video first, and then I'll start this one. So yeah, I just wanted to welcome you to the vlog. I'm hoping to do weekly vlogs for the entire month of April. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I have nothing else to update, so I'm gonna go. Okay. So 20 pages in, and I'm already really enjoying it because I really like how Jamie and Charlotte are written and all the teenagers are written. I find that a lot of YA books kind of write teenagers to be like very young teenagers, I guess. But like they're already swearing in this book, and just their dialogue just reminds me of like actually being a teenager, and I really like that, and it's really refreshing to see. Because like yeah, teenagers swear, teenagers have sex, they party, they drink, they do that stuff. So it's really nice to see when teenagers are actually being teenagers. Yeah, so I really appreciate that so far, and I wanted to mention that. Hi. So it's Friday morning, and I didn't vlog anything yesterday because I'm actually trash, and because time just like got away from me. I had big plans of finishing Truly Deviant. No, that's not what I'm reading. Of A Study in Charlotte yesterday, but I just didn't, and I only have 86 pages left. So I'm going to eat, and then I'm gonna finish those 86 pages. My thought so far is, I think it's like a solid 3-star read. It's really enjoyable, and it's like fun. It's like a fun read that I'm excited to keep reading, but it's a little bit like, I don't know. Here's the thing: is like it's a very much a YA mystery, and I read a lot of adult mysteries, and so I understand that like this is just supposed to be fun, but it's like too juvenile almost for me, and it's too like what's the word? Oh my god, I just woke up. It's too convenient. It's too convenient for me. So it's like every time something happens, it's kind of like perfectly placed. That like it just like it's almost like they're not actually doing anything. It's like they're just like this isn't really a spoiler, but like someone gets murdered and they look over and they see someone running away, and it's like, okay, that's like too perfect. I don't know, like maybe there might be like a huge plot twist at the end that I didn't see coming. Right now it's like I pretty much know who did it because just how everything's perfectly placed, and I still have 100 pages left, and I've known for like a good like probably 50 pages. I'm gonna look like a fool if I'm saying this and it doesn't even turn out to be who I thought it was. But yeah, it's probably a solid 3-star read for me right now. What else? Yeah, I think the characters are written well. I really like Jamie and I like Charlotte and I like their relationship together, and I could definitely see this being a series people read solely for the characters. Yeah, I like how they're written. Oh, one thing I was thinking though was that I know they're in high school. They're at like this private high school. But I think that it would have been better maybe if it was set in college, because I feel like they act a little bit older than what they're being portrayed as. I think it would have just been better if it was at like a private prestigious college or university. I don't know. I just think I feel like that's I don't know. I just feel like that's the age of the characters. And another thing is that like when they're being investigated or whatever, they always have to be like, oh, like let's get your parents. You can't be investigated without a parent. And I feel like that's placed there because it's like the law. And I know like a lot of teen books don't add that character element, and then they're just like they would just get investigated without their parents. But I feel like I don't know, like I just really feel like this would have been a good like book set in college, like a new age book. New age, oh my god, like a new adult book. But like I'm enjoying it. Like it's probably a 3-star. Like it's nothing special, but I'll probably continue on in the series. So yeah, that's my thoughts right now. I'm gonna go make breakfast for my sister and I, and then I'm gonna read the last 80 pages, and then I'm gonna update you. Okay. Okay, so I'm about to read the last little bit of A Study of Charlotte, but I thought that I might as well put the poll up to see what book I'm going to read next, because I need a book to read, and if I do it now, then I can put it up for like 2 hours, and then by the time I'm done reading and then I have a class, it'll be good to go. So that's what I'm going to do, and I thought I would show you like the process of what I was doing. So yeah. So I put all the classes in this random generator, and then I'm just gonna press it 4 times. I was just practice testing it, so I just did that. But so, okay, so first arithmancy. Arithmancy, charms. So arithmancy, charms. Dude, it's literally just going down the line. And history of magic. Okay. So then I'm going to open up Twitter, and I'll do this off screen. Okay, so then I made a poll of what should my third read of the Owls Readathon be, and then I put all of the choices I just randomly generated, and I'm setting it for 2 hours. So I'll tweet that, and then I'll check this after I'm done reading and after I'm done my class, and I will pick my read from there. Okay, hi. So I finally finished a study. Is it a study of Charlotte by Brittany Cavallaro. And I gave it 3 stars, but I might honestly move that up to a 4 stars. My dog is looking at me like I'm absolutely nuts because I'm talking to nothing. But yeah, so I gave it 3 stars currently, but I might move it up to 4 stars. I kind of had the same thoughts as I had earlier when I was talking to you guys, but the characters really redeemed this for me. I absolutely adored the characters, and I definitely am going to continue on with the series. Solely for the characters. I like the storyline as well. I like the retelling of Sherlock Holmes, the classic tales we all know and love, but the characters are to die for, and I actually found myself smiling while reading this book, which I don't do very often. So yeah, I really liked it for the characters. It was very predictable, like I mentioned before, and I don't know, I just feel like everything was too perfect, like I mentioned before, and that happened all the way to the end. But yeah, I don't really have any other thoughts other than what I said earlier. I don't have any more thoughts to add on to that. So I gave it 3 stars, but a high 3 stars. Might move it up to 4, but right now it's at a 3. Yeah, and like I showed you guys before, I did do that poll for my next read, and I just knew this was gonna happen. So I did the poll. I'll put the picture up right here. So as you can see, History of Magic won. Now, my book for History of Magic is Game of Thrones, which, listen, I only put this on my TBR because I solely wanted to pick books that I already own for this readathon because I need to get reading my backlisted TBR that I own. So I put Game of Thrones on there because it's the only book I own that has anything kind of witchy-ish, wizardish, you know what I mean, has witches or wizards. So I put it on there, and here's the thing. I think it would be smart to just read it now and get it out at the beginning of the readathon, because then it's I have it done and I'm not constantly worrying about it right at the end of the readathon. So I think it's smart, but I'm fucking nervous to read this book. It's my boyfriend's, probably one of his favorite books, and he's been telling me to read this the 4 years we've been together. So I'm gonna do it. I am going to start Game of Thrones today. I don't know when I'm gonna finish it. So I pretty much did the math to figure out how many pages I have to read a day in order to finish this readathon, and I have to read 110 a day. And I just read 86, I think, of A Study in Charlotte. So I can't do quick math, but what is that? About 30 pages? Or 20? I don't know. I can't. Okay, whatever, doesn't matter. But anyway, so I have to read a bit. I'm thinking if I can read 100 pages of Game of Thrones today, that would be great. I know there's 694. So if I read 100 pages a day, then I finish it in about a week. But I would like to finish it quicker than a week. So we'll see. Maybe I'll try to read 110 pages exactly every day, because that'll make me finish it a little bit earlier. I don't know why I'm telling you guys all this. I'm just trying to work out the math in my head. I'm currently making craft dinner because that's all my sister ever wants to eat for lunch anymore. And I'm fine with it. I'm not going to question her on it because I get to eat it too. So that's what I'm doing now. Then I'm going to read Game of Thrones, and I really want to film a video to get up this Sunday. Which, fingers crossed, if I get that filmed, then that'll already be up, so I'll have that linked in the description. It's gonna be a books that I have DNF'd so far this year. There's only 4 of them, so it might be a short video, but I think it would be interesting, so I'm gonna film it. And that's all I have to report. So I will see you later. Hey guys, so I thought I would update the vlog. It's currently Friday night, and I haven't started Game of Thrones yet today. because time kind of got away from me, but I do plan on starting it tomorrow. I have quite a bit of homework to do tomorrow because, long story short, I thought something was due on next Wednesday, but it's due Monday. So that's like 2 days sooner than I thought. So I need to get that done this weekend, which is kind of a lot of work, but I'll do it. I'm pretty much hoping to like completely spend my day doing it tomorrow. So hopefully I'll get it done tomorrow. And then I have a little bit more work to do tomorrow in school. And then I'm done for a bit, so I'll definitely start Game of Thrones tomorrow. Yeah, I really just should have started it today, but whatever. We can't control certain things, so I'll be fine. It'll be okay. But yeah, I just wanted to update you that, and I will probably talk to you guys tomorrow. Yeah, okay. Hi. So, it's Sunday night. I did a vlog for like 2 days, and I haven't read anything either. Let's have like a chat. So, I'm still in school technically, but okay, anyway, so I have a final next week that I haven't studied for, that I'm really worried about because I really need to pass this class. It's a stats final. And like I have just been putting it off, and I did some homework today for it, which is really good. But it's like I'm so out of like school mode in this like whole everything going on, because it's like the last thing I want to worry about right now is doing schoolwork when the whole world is falling apart. So that's really hard, and it's kind of just like hitting me that I actually have to still do a final in a week, and that I like have to actually still do school. So yeah, that like happened. It was also my boyfriend's birthday today, so that happened. And yeah, but I am trying, well, I'm going to try to read some more this week and for the rest of April, because after that final's on April 14th. After that final, I literally have nothing going on at all, so I can just like smash out books. But I feel like kind of down on myself because I made such a great plan of like how much I had to read every day, and then I just didn't do that for the weekend. So I'm gonna bounce back. But yeah, quarantine and social distancing and the whole coronavirus and the pandemic and everything is hard. And it's hard when you still have responsibilities, but it doesn't feel like you have responsibilities because everything has changed, and there's just like bigger things on your mind than doing your schoolwork. So that's hard, but I'm working through it. So I'll be okay. But yeah, Sunday night, haven't read. I might go get ready for bed and then start to read Game of Thrones, which I haven't even started yet, but that's my read currently. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say, so I'll probably catch you later. Sorry for the shit lighting, but I just wanted to document that it's around 7 o'clock Monday night, and I'm finally going to start reading Game of Thrones. I've already read the prologue, so I'm getting into the actual bulk of the book now. I'm on page 11 currently, and I have big plans to read a lot of this book tonight. Maybe 100 pages I would like to at the very least. But that's my plan, except these pages are like paper thin. So like there's a lot more pages than it actually looks like, but I have big plans. And I'm happy at myself, with myself, for finally starting to read this. So yeah, I just wanted to document that I'm starting this. Okay. Hi. So it's Wednesday morning, and I just wanted to wrap up this vlog so I can get it uploaded tonight for you guys, and then start my next vlog for week 2. So let me tell you some things I learned this week about vlogging. Number 1 is that it's surprisingly a lot harder to weekly vlog than I thought it was. Just because I think my life is so boring, and like then I don't know what to film, and I'm like, should I add more stuff than just like bookish content and what I'm reading and what I finished? Should I add some life stuff? But then I'm like, I don't do any life stuff anyways. Like all I did this week is I started studying yesterday, and so yeah, like there's nothing interesting. Number 2 that I learned is that like I need to learn how to have a more steady hand when vlogging or set up my tripod, because damn, so many of these clips is like so shaky and it's like giving me whiplash just watching it. So yeah, I'm going to learn how to keep my hand steadier when I'm vlogging. But yeah, I enjoyed vlogging this week. It was kind of my first time ever doing it, so let me know what you guys thought of it. If there's things you think I should add to it, or take out, or any thoughts you have, I would love to know if you left a comment below. And yeah, so I thought I would just wrap up what I have read this week and how many pages I read. Shit, I was gonna do that on my computer. Hold on, I'll be back. Okay, so I just counted up the pages I've read this week so I can give you guys like an official page count at the end. But first, I thought that I would just tell you what books I did read throughout this first week. So I read like 2 and a bit of a book. The first book I read was Dragon Hearts by Nikita Gill, Amanda Lovelace, and Trista Mateer. This was a poetry collection that I read for Potions, I believe. It's like read a book under 150 pages. And I gave this 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was a really good poetry collection. It's a very uplifting poetry collection, which is kind of different from what I usually read, but it was really refreshing. And I really enjoyed this. I would recommend this to anybody who wants to read some uplifting poetry. So the second book I read was A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallaro, and I read this for Muggle Studies, which was to read a contemporary, and I gave this a very high 3 stars. It was a little bit slow for me. It was a little bit like boring, even though I like boring books. I think it was just a little bit too predictable for a mystery, but I completely get where it was coming from, if that makes sense. But I just wish there was a little bit more suspense, a little bit more mystery, instead of kind of giving us all the clues right at the beginning to figure out who the killer was. And I think that in some books giving us clues is a good thing, but I wish that they were a little bit more like subtle clues, so I could not know who was the killer right at the beginning of the book. Like I said earlier in the vlog, the characters were a huge redeeming factor for me. I love the characters in here. I think they were really well written, and I'll definitely continue on in the series just for the characters. I am interested in the plot, but yeah, the characters really redeemed this for me. I love the characters. And then the third book I started this week but didn't finish was A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin, and this completes the prompt of History of Magic, which has a book featuring witches or wizards. So like I said earlier, I don't know if I said it in this video or in my TBR, this book doesn't explicitly have witches and wizards, but it was the closest thing that I could find in all the books that I currently own. And it's like magical, so I'm just counting it. So I got to page, I'm on page 218 and there's 694 pages, so I am only like maybe 20% of the way through. But surprisingly, I'm really enjoying this. It has the potential to be one of my favorite books, I think. I think though that, like, I already know everything that happens in this book. I know the plot and everything, and I think considering I already know everything, it's way easier for me to read, just because I don't understand some of the like terminology that's used, because it's like historical, but I'm really enjoying it. I find myself really getting sucked into the world, and when I'm not reading it, I'm constantly thinking about it. The only downfall is that I'm reading it very slowly, which makes sense because it's a high fantasy adult book, and that's not what I typically pick up. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and sorry to leave you guys on a cliffhanger, but I didn't finish it, unfortunately. So I guess you'll just have to watch my next vlog to figure out what I think. And then I thought I would give you a total page count for the week. So I read 677 pages, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I mean, it's fine to me. I think that one of my biggest struggles this week with the readathon was that I wasn't reading every single day, and in order to complete all of these big books I have, I definitely need to be reading every day. So that's something I know going into next week. I mentioned earlier too that I have a final next Tuesday on the 14th, and once that, I have nothing going on for the rest of April, so I can just read a whole bunch of books. So I'm hoping to catch up a little bit after that. But yeah, so I think that's all for my first Owls Read-a-thon vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely let me know in the comments what you guys read for the first week. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Do all that fun stuff, and I will catch you in my next one.